Hey y'all, Kristen here with another Wednesday Wisdom. I want to talk this week a little bit about the concept of paying it forward. It was something I first found out about when I watched the movie, and then when I had a Bible class I was teaching, I had these students watch the movie, kind of study it, what it meant to them, and then we went out and performed different random acts of kindness and paid it forward, and then got together and kind of talked about it. For example, one time I had an order at Starbucks. I was going through the drive-thru, and I got to the window. They were like, "Oh, your order's already been taken care of." And I was like, "Wow, that's really sweet." And they said that the person in front of me had paid for it. So I was like, "Okay, well, I want to do that for the people behind me." And they were like, "Are you sure about that?" And I was like, "Yeah, absolutely. I want to pay it forward." They were like, "All right, well, that's going to be $25. I went from paying for a tall coffee to paying for a coffee for an entire car full. And of course, at that point, it'd be embarrassing to back out. So I was like, "All right, Lord, I'm paying it forward." That's not a very good example, though. That kind of stuff doesn't happen all the time. James chapter 1 says that every good and perfect thing is from the Lord above. Every gift, every act, everything that we do comes from the Lord. Another example is one time I was picking up ice cream for my family at a place called Ritter's back home in Katy, Texas. I started talking to this older gentleman that was in line behind me. I told him what I was there for, what I was getting. Their cakes are pretty expensive. So the gentleman that was behind me was only ordering a ice cream cone. And so I said, "Well, why don't you go in front of me, because I know the cake's gonna take a while." So he went in front of me, did his thing, told me God bless, and left. Well, come to find out, he had given enough money to the person to pay for the cake that I was about to order, which I thought was super cool of him. It just goes to show that sometimes we might pay it forward or do a random act of kindness that we feel like is a burden, and then it ends up being a blessing. This week, I definitely want to encourage people and challenge people to start doing the concept of pay it forward, whatever that means to you. Get out there and start doing some random acts of kindness and just start spreading the act of being kind and selflessly doing things for people regardless of what that means. I'm not saying it's easy to just go out and drop $25 on doing something for someone, but even helping somebody with their groceries. Even though one time I did have somebody say, "I can take care of my own groceries, I'm not that old," which then led into a funny conversation of me explaining to them, "Oh no, I'm just from the South and this is the kind of thing we do. I mean no harm by it." Even if you feel like nothing has been paid to you, still get out there and just start planting those seeds and see what comes back around and blesses you in the process. Matthew 7:12 says, "To do unto others as you would have them do to you." No, that's not something that was first said by the skunk on Bambi, or I think that's the character, one of the characters on Bambi. It is a verse from the Bible that literally says to treat others the way that you want to be treated. Treat people with purpose, treat people with kindness. Acts 17 says that in him we move, we act, and we have our being. Literally, we can let the Lord speak through us and act through us if we just give those actions to him and just go out with purpose and have a day where you say, "Okay, today I'm going to help at least one person. I don't know what that looks like, but Lord, please let that happen." One time I literally prayed and I said, "God, I haven't talked to somebody about Jesus in a while. Please put that clearly in front of me." And then all of a sudden I went to the gym that day, and when I was in the sauna, I had a person just randomly approach me and ask me how I felt about Jesus Christ. Galatians 6 says, "Let us do good to all." It doesn't say let us do good to everyone who agrees with us. Let's do good according to people that believe in the same religion as us, or let's do good but only to people in our family or in our friend group. It says let us do good to all, be kind to all. 1 John 4 says we love because he first loved us. We have the perfect example of what love and true love means, where we find purpose and where our kindness and the root of our kindness comes from. And John 13 says that the world will know us by our love one for another. The world will literally know us because of the fact that there's something different about us, because of the fact that we love people regardless of who they are, what they believe in, what they look like, what they do for a living. So please, 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 now more than ever, we need to be kind, and we need to love, and we need to love in a Christ-like way, and we need to get out there and we need to do things regardless of what's going to be done for us. We need to love and treat people with purpose regardless of what we might get out of it and regardless of what we expect to happen. We need to go out there and do something expecting nothing in return, and we need to try and make it catch on like fire, and it needs to spread. It needs to catch on rapidly. I know in my husband's classroom, he has a wall that says, "Take what you need and give what you can." The Take What You Need wall has a bunch of different words on it and says, peace, patience, kindness, and it has quotes. If you need to work on peace, take a quote or a Bible verse out, read it, pray about it, and work on it. Whereas the other wall says give what you can, and it's a random acts of kindness challenge that has different pieces of paper that you can pick up and read, and a challenge that you can complete on it. So that's a physical representation of it, but my husband does teach junior high kids. But it's not a bad idea for adults or any age to have something tangible, even if you have to Google ideas of how you can spread random acts of kindness and pay it forward to everybody around you. I love it. I know my campers, I would send them little scavenger hunts almost of different things to do, and it would have different acts on it of things that they can do to help people. That's my challenge to you this week. Grab somebody, challenge someone, have fun with it, make it ongoing if you need to. I know my book, Love What Matters, also has different random acts of kindness challenges in it. Or just come up with your own, or contact me and I can help you come up with some.
I want to fall in